John Beltran back at Fort Morgan. Mustangs are still looking for their first Tri-Valley League win. Fort Morgan boys were 3-4 at one point, began conference play on January 3rd, but are 0-7 in league play, coming off a 14-point loss last Friday in Frederick to the Warriors. They're 3-11 overall. Roosevelt at 2-5 in league play, 5-9 on the year, so a very winnable game for the Mustangs. The closest Fort Morgan came was a 7-point loss a couple of weeks ago in overtime to Windsor. That was a game in which the Mustangs had a 13-point lead. And the big issue Fort Morgan has had throughout the season is shooting the three and defending the three. Every team seems to hit a lot more three-pointers than the Mustangs do. And even if it's not threes, the opposing teams are scoring fairly regularly in the 70s or upper 60s. Windsor was a big exception, which is why Fort Morgan had a good shot to win the game. All right, let's take you downstairs for tonight's starting lineup on both sides. Roosevelt Rough Riders and the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
High School Activities Association, this number host, and Fort Morgan High School. It is now time to introduce our starters. First, for the visiting Roosevelt Rough Riders, number 10, junior, Braden Saya. Number 15, junior, Dominic Puccino. Number 2, senior, Dylan Boldy. Number 24, senior, Brandon Arndt. And number 33, senior, Tage Baum. The Rough Riders are coached by Chris O'Neill, assisted by Chris Roten, Cam Gibson, and Chad Hale. And now, the starters for your Fort Morgan Mustangs. Number 1, junior, Jacob Ortega. Number 3, junior, Hayden Edson. Number 11, junior, David Sarinana. Number 14, junior, Nick Norris. Number 31, senior, Isaac Linker. Coaching the Mustangs is Andy Jones.
All right, so it's Ortega, Edson, Sarinana, Norris, and Linker for Fort Morgan. Dylan Poley, Braden Saya, Brandon Art, Tage Long, and Dominic Puccino for Roosevelt. By the way, Mustang Player of the Game for the girls' game brought to you by Transwest. Believe that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. Transwest, Allie Christensen, 18 points and 9 rebounds in that 3-point loss to Roosevelt, is the Mustang Player of the Game. Opening tip of the boys' game brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance in Brush and Fort Morgan. Jumping center for the Mustangs will be Nick Norris and Dominic Puccino, another big man for Roosevelt, and the tip is controlled by Roosevelt. Braden Sire, right corner, with the basketball, dribbles right baseline, jump pass back out left of the lane to Tage Long, and then Puccino misses the shot inside, and the rebound comes away to Caden Edson of Fort Morgan. Edson looking for the outlet with the basketball in the front court, down low to Norris. Norris turns, shoots, misses back rim, and the rebound is into the hands of Arndt. Arndt with a long pass. Boy, these are dark uniforms with red numerals. 3 is up and in on the right side. That's made by Dylan Poley. These numbers are not that easy to see. Mustang basketball into the front court. Edson on the right baseline. Backing out to Sarinana. Right corner, Edson, wide open three is up, and that is around and no good. And Dominic Puccino grabs the rebound for Roosevelt. On the outlet to Saya. Saya in the left corner, dribbling left of the lane to Long. Now to Saya straight away. Bounce pass to Puccino, nearly stripped by Linker. Linker with a foul. Isaac commits the first foul. And to throw it in just across midcourt for Roosevelt will be Saya. Saya looking. Bounce pass to Puccino. Left of the lane against Nick Norris. He'll take a long shot. That's good. Well, left of the lane. How about a three-pointer? I didn't realize he was that far out. Puccino nails the triple, and it's 6-0. 6:46 to go in the first. Here's Ortega. Left-handed dribble. Jump pass on the outside right to Edson. Back out to Sarinana. Sarinana on the right side already. 2 threes hit by the opponent tonight. That's the same thing that happened in the girls' game when they got off to a 7-0 start. Sarinana on the outside left to Ortega. Jacob Ortega with a right-handed dribble feeds Sarinana. Guarded by Poli. Back out to Ortega. Bounce pass left of the lane to Norris on the outside right to Caden Edson. Down low to Norris. Dribbles, banks, and too strong, partially blocked. Norris gets it back and he misses again. And then Norris goes for the rebound, picked up by Edson. Right baseline shot is short. And Dominic Puccino has it, so the Mustangs cannot buy a bucket here in the early going. Roosevelt the other way in the right corner. Poli straight away. Puccino three, and he got it again. Dominic Puccino has given Roosevelt a 9-0 lead with 5:56 to go in the first quarter. Edson back out to Ortega. Edson for Sarinana. Sarinana right baseline to Linker. Overhead pass cross court. Ortega fakes a three, dribbles into the left corner. Back out to Sarinana. Down low to Norris. He banks it in. Nice feed by Sarinana. And Norris has the first points for the Mustangs. It's 9-2. Saya pressured by Linker. In the front court now to Poli. Jump pass on the outside left. All the way as Long. Banks left hand. No good. Sarinana with a strong side rebound for the Mustangs. Sarinana crossover dribble across the timeline. Fouled in the backcourt. Just before he went across the timeline. Fouled by Long. 5:25 to go first quarter. Roosevelt girls won tonight 55-52. The Roosevelt boys off to a good start, leading 9-2. Here's Ortega back out to Sarinana. Sarinana for Fort Morgan. Right side to Edson. Edson left-handed dribble. Now to Sarinana. Left wing to Ortega. Fakes a three. Bounce pass to Linker. Spinning, and then he traveled. Linker commits Fort Morgan's first turnover. First by either side. Braden Arndt to throw it in. Backward pass to Saya. Jump pass nearly tipped away. Poli chases it down. Here is Long all the way. Left-handed shot up and in off the glass. Mustangs did not get back. It's 11-2 Roosevelt. And then a steal in the backcourt. Terrible pass by Ortega. And it's banked in by Long. And timeout Fort Morgan. The Mustangs with 2 turnovers and 2 points. And they trail by 11. 13-2. Boy, he made a pass right underneath his own basket. And it was tipped by Long. And he just got a hand on it and then laid it in. And just like the Fort Morgan girls, the Mustang boys are down big early. 4:57 to go in the opening quarter, trailing 13-2. And this is not a good pace right now for the Mustangs. I mean, if Roosevelt kept this up, they would score about 80 points in this game, at least. So 13-2 in favor of Roosevelt. Mustangs maintain their starting 5, as do the Rough Riders. As we played 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Linker to throw it in the backcourt. Linker to Ortega. Ortega to Sarinana. Now midcourt to Norris on the outside right to Edson. Down low for Norris all the way. Banks it in and he's fouled. Nick Norris for the and one. Foul was committed by Puccino. They got to get him in foul trouble because he can shoot. Nick Norris to the stripe. The Mustang junior has had a 28-point game this year. Puts it up and misses. It's short. Puccino grabs his third rebound. There's the outlet to Saya. 13-4 Roosevelt. Saya outside right into the lane. Jump pass on the outside left to Long at the free throw line. Back out to Puccino. Puccino against Norris. Dribbling left baseline, spinning, turning, stripped away by Linker. Taken away by Sadinana. Sadinana to Edson. Edson all the way, scoops it up off the glass and in. Well, that's a wild shot by Edson, but nice body control by the junior. 13-6 in favor of Roosevelt. And there's the lob in the front court to Poli. Poli to Puccino in the right corner. Puccino dribbles right of the lane. Jump pass in the left corner long. He'll take a long three. And no pun intended, no good at short. Nick Norris grabs his second rebound on the outlet to Linker. Here's Ortega. 4:05 to go, first quarter. 13-6 in favor of Roosevelt. Ortega bounce pass to Sadinana. At the top for Linker with the basketball. Bounce pass over to Sadinana. Right side, here's Ortega. In the right corner, Edson dribbles to his left. Fakes the three, straight away to Sadinana. David, high right to Ortega. Dribbles right of the lane, and then he's tripped up and fouled from behind. Fouled by Braden Saya, his first, team's third. And Edson to throw it in. Substitution. Devian Patrick is into the game. And so is Peyton Adams. Patrick and Adams. Tage Long is out, as is Puccino. Adam Cardona will supplant Nick Norris. Just past the midway point of the opening quarter with Fort Morgan down by 7. Edson to throw it in. Edson, right baseline Linker. Little 10-footer is off the front of the rim. And the rebound into the hands of Braden Arndt. Arndt with the basketball left of the lane. He leans, he banks, he misses. Too strong. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Braden Saya. Fort Morgan basketball. Approaching the 3.5-minute mark of the opening quarter. Roosevelt 13, Fort Morgan 6. Sadinana double team in the backcourt, flips it to Ortega. Front court pass is taken by Edson. Edson on the outside right. Edson looking back near the timeline to Sadinana. Sadinana overhead pass to Ortega, left corner for Linker. Linker lobs it near the top to Sadinana. Free throw line for Cardona. Turns, can't do anything with that. Left wing to Ortega. Ortega kicks it back out to Sadinana. Down low for Cardona. Double team. Right corner for Edson. Dribbles to his left. Straight away to Sadinana. Nearly traveled. Tries to bank and misses. Sadinana went for the rebound into the hands of Saya. And then we got a foul. I believe that's Sadinana in the backcourt committing his first. 3:01 to go in the opening quarter. Here's Nick Norris in for Linker. We've been stuck at 13-6 for a little while. And here's the pass into Dylan Poli. Poli for Roosevelt, picked up by Ortega. At the top, here's Patrick, hands it off to Saya. On the outside left is Braden Arndt. Thinks about the three, swings it right side. There's the lob down low. Here for Patrick. Patrick spins, left-handed hook, no good. And the rebound into the hands of David Sadinana. Sadinana with a 1-on-2 all the way, and there's contact and a whistle. Sadinana with an offensive foul. That's his second foul. He's going to have to be taken out of the game. This is what happened to him last week. Sadinana had 2 early fouls and sat most of the first half. And let's see, there into the game now is Fernando Marquez, a freshman. 2:39 to go. Fort Morgan is down by 7. Nearly a steal in the backcourt. There's a steal by Ortega, but then it's restolen there by Arndt. The teams exchange turnovers. Left of the lane with the basketball is Adams. Down low into the lane to Arndt. Right baseline. Patrick, 10-footer, back rimmed it. No. Nick Norris grabs the Fort Morgan rebound. Norris with his third board. On the outlet to Marquez. The freshman across midcourt. Marquez looking, still looking. Swings it left side for Cardona. Cardona back out to Marquez. Right side to Ortega, straight away to Marquez in the left corner for Cardona. Fakes it, 3 steps in. Little 10-footer is off the front of the rim. And the rebound to Braden Arndt of Roosevelt. Long baseball pass poked out of bounds by Marquez, intended for Poli. Roosevelt retains possession, still at 13-6 with 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Roosevelt in the front court. Poli to throw it in. Poli lobs it on the high right for Patrick. Patrick near the top now for Sai on the outside left. With the basketball is Adams, down low for Patrick. Patrick swings it back out, and they'll reset to Braden Arndt just across midcourt. Picked up by Edson. Looking to make a move right of the lane. In the right corner, 3 is up, and that is in and out. That's missed by Poli, and the rebound control once again by Nick Norris. That's his 4th. Minute 35 to go in the opening quarter. 13-6 Roosevelt. Ortega with the basketball near the top. Bounce pass on the high right to Marquez. Right of the lane to Norris. He spins, he turns, he shoots, he misses. Rebound put back, and he's a little bit too strong for Norris. And the ball is into the hands of Edson. They'll reset Now Marquez straight away three. He back rimmed it, and Ortega commits the foul. Ortega commits the foul on the rebound. Both teams have committed. Well, that should be Fort Morgan's fourth and three for Roosevelt. Yep. Minute 17 to go. Tage Long back into the game for Roosevelt. Neither team has scored in the last 2.5 minutes. And bringing it across midcourt for Roosevelt will be Braden Arndt. Arndt near the top to Puccino back into the game. Swings it left side. With the basketball is Adams. Down low to Puccino. Right corner wide open three. Long is off the back of the rim. And the rebound is controlled by Caden Edson of Fort Morgan. Edson across the timeline, dribbling towards the corner, picks up his dribble. He's double teamed, has to get rid of it. And then the ball is tipped away on the pass. And it's intercepted there by Roosevelt. Here's Arndt left in the lane, straight away Puccino. Wide open three is in and out. Nick Norris grabs another rebound, and that is his sixth. Norris on the outlet to Noah Rojo into the game. Down to 39 seconds to go. Long pass to Edson, tries to save it in, and he does to Norris right in the lane. He puts it up from 5 and scores. Nick Norris with a strong move has got 6 of Fort Morgan's 8 points. Down by 5. 27 seconds to go. First quarter here from Fort Morgan. Mustang girls lost by 3 tonight, 55-52. Roosevelt will take the air out of the basketball for the final shot here in the opening quarter as Braden Arndt maintains the dribble with 13 seconds remaining. Guarded by Edson, left-handed dribble. Boy, nearly using that right hand to push off. Arndt with 6 seconds to go, and we have a 5-second violation. Turnover Roosevelt, their third. All right, Mustangs will have a shot here with Marquez with 5.3 seconds to go. Marquez in the backcourt to Edson. Edson with 3, Norris with 2. Rojo three-pointer. It's off the back of the rim. That ends the quarter. Roosevelt 13, Fort Morgan 8. Let's take a 1-minute break. This is Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. I'm John Beltran. Our sound engineer and producer is Emily Hernandez. This is KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan, Morgan County's B106. Let's head to the second quarter. It's Rojo, Edson, Marquez, Norris, and Cardona for Fort Morgan. The Mustangs trail Roosevelt 13-8. Puccino, Long, Arndt, Poley, and Peyton Adams for Roosevelt. In the right corner, Edson penetrates right baseline, pulls up little floaters up and in. Nice shot by Edson from about 5 feet away. The Mustangs to within 3. It's 13-10. They were down by 7 at one point. Actually, they were down 9-0 to begin the game. Here's Long into the lane, and he's fouled on the floor. Foul is committed by Marquez, his first, team's 5th. And Poley to throw it in on the offensive end for Roosevelt. In the right corner for Puccino. Left-handed dribble right of the lane. Puccino all the way, hooks it up. It might have been partially blocked. Marquez has the basketball. Marquez in the high left towards the top. Swings it right side. Rojo fakes the 3. Right corner, Edson 3 is off the back of the rim. And there's loose ball. And on the line with a dribble was Tage Long of Roosevelt, Fort Morgan basketball. Marquez to throw it in. Marquez in the left corner for Norris. Back out to Edson. Straight away for Rojo. Swings it left side for Marquez. Marquez all the way. Leans, banks, and too strong. And the rebound to Tage Long. Long takes it by himself across midcourt. Right corner for Poley. Left-handed dribble right of the lane. Lost it. Puccino picks it up. On the outside left, Arndt in the left corner for Adams. Dribbles to his right against Adam Cardona at the free throw line. Picks up his dribble. Swings it back out on the right side. Down low for Puccino. Puccino jump pass left corner. Poley three-pointer good. Dylan Poley has doubled the lead. 16-10. 6:43 to go, second quarter. Rojo double team. Bounce pass in the backcourt to Marquez. Now to Norris across the timeline. Right wing to Edson. Edson right of the lane. Back out left wing to Rojo. Rojo with the basketball. Looking in the left corner for Cardona. Bounce pass down low for Norris. Turns partially blocked by Puccino. Taken away by Marquez. Marquez gets a defender in the air and scores off the glass. Fernando Marquez, the freshman. Makes it 16-12. Roosevelt still in the lead. Here's Braden Arndt into the lane. Right corner, wide open. Poley 3, and he did it again. Dylan Poley with a second triple in as many possessions. He's got 3 in the game, and he's got 9 points. 19-12. 6:04 to go, second quarter. The Rough Riders in the lead. Edson double team backcourt. Jump pass to Marquez. Front court pass for Norris straight away. Down low for Cardona. Lost it, got it back. Cardona kicks it right corner to Edson. Edson straight away to Marquez. Marquez into the lane all the way. Lost control of the basketball. And the ball goes over to Roosevelt. And Linker and Ortega are back into the game. And to throw it in will be Tage Long of Roosevelt. Here comes Long with Braden Arndt. Down to 5:43 to go, second quarter. Roosevelt 19, Fort Morgan 12. He'll retreat towards midcourt. As Roosevelt will take some air out of the basketball. And now let's see if Ortega comes a little bit closer to defend. And he will. Arndt into the lane, and then Ortega strips it away from him. Possession arrow stays, though, with Roosevelt, but nice aggressive defense there by Jacob Ortega, who just tied him up off that left-handed dribble. Poli to throw it in. Lobs it left corner for Puccino. Back out. Here is Adams. Steps in. Jump pass down low. Puccino. Whistle and a foul. That should be Cardona bodying up Puccino. And it is on Adam Cardona. That'll be the team 6. The Mustangs are one away from putting Roosevelt on the line. Braden Sayas back in for Tage Long. Poli to throw it in. Up by 7 is Roosevelt. There's the lob into Puccino on the outside left. Puccino back out to Adams. Now into the lane is Arndt. Arndt down low for Puccino. Knocked away. The ball is loose near midcourt. Out of bounds. It's off Roosevelt. Mustang basketball. That is turnover number 4 for Roosevelt. Linker to throw it in. Linker into Marquez with 5:06 to go in the second. Marquez in the right corner for Rojo. Dribbles to his left, back out to Marquez, straight away for Linker. Linker, left corner, Rojo. Thought about the 3, dribbles in, back out to Linker. Left wing 3, it's good! Isaac Linker's got some range. He should explore that 3 more often. 19-15 Roosevelt, 4:46 to go, second quarter. With the basketball, left to the lane of Saya, left corner wide open, Adams 3, and he rattled it home. Peyton Adams drills the 6th trifecta of the game for Roosevelt, 22-15. 4.5 to go in the second. So the teams exchange threes. Rojo across midcourt, crossover dribble into the lane. Right corner Ortega, he penetrates, down low for Cardona, he banks and misses, and Puccino comes away with a left-handed rebound and a tie-up. Nice job by Ortega, and that should be Fort Morgan basketball. It is. Nice job of Ortega tying up the big and strong Puccino. Andres Dubre into the game for Fort Morgan. So we have a sophomore, a freshman, 2 juniors, and a senior. Marquez looking, still looking. Lobs it in outside left for Ortega. Back out to Edson. Edson on the left wing to Marquez. Dribbles left baseline, puts up a 10-footer and scores. Fernando Marquez has got 4, 22-17. 4 minutes to go in the second. Saya the other way. Jump pass to Poli in the corner. Now feeds it back out to Saya to Puccino. Puccino against Linker. Right at the free throw line. Bodied up by Linker. Now near the timeline. Setting up the play here is Saya. 3:49 to go. 22-17 Roosevelt. Traveling violation on Saya. Turnover number 5 for Roosevelt. Well played game. The Mustangs with only 6 at just 1 in the quarter. Linker to trigger it in. Into Ortega. Ortega swings it right side to Marquez. Marquez just across midcourt. Marquez left-handed dribble, left wing for Ortega. Ortega left of the free throw line. Now to Marquez. Over to Linker. Linker bounce pass down low for Dubre. He turns, he shoots, and partially blocked. And Saya has the basketball for Roosevelt. And then we had an over and back. Saya was still not in the front court after he passed it to Poli, who threw it towards Saya, who is now reset. Turnover number 6 for Roosevelt, matching Fort Morgan's total. Mustangs can make this a 3-point game, maybe a 2, as well with a 3. With 3:23 to go, 22-17 Roosevelt. Ortega maintains the dribble, bounce pass down low for Edson. He banks it in. Nice cut by Edson on the right baseline. Edson now with 6. He leads Fort Morgan scores along with Nick Norris, 22-19. 3:08 to go in the second quarter. Braden Arndt into the lane, bounce pass Puccino, thinks about the 3. Left-handed dribble into the paint, pulls up from 10, and he misses, but he's fouled. Linker got him with a body. Linker with a second. Puccino had 2 3-pointers in the opening quarter. This will be the first free throws taken by Roosevelt. A proud supporter of all the area athletes, Mr. D's Ace Home Center. They serve you with all of your home, farm, and ranch supplies. 3 locations, Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. Mr. D's Ace Home Center. Puccino with a left-handed free throw is up and perfect. He's got 7 in the game. Dylan Polius 9 for Roosevelt. Nick Norris back in for Linker, and it's 23-19 in favor of Roosevelt. Second free throw upcoming. That one is up, and that one is in, out, and in. Puccino now with 8. It's a 5-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Before the break, Norris in the front court to Ortega. Bounce pass high right to Edson. Edson dribbles to his left. Jump pass to Dubray. Left corner wide open. Marquez 3. And the freshman did it again. He's got 7 points all in the quarter. Mustangs trail by 2, 24-22. 2:43 to go. Saya all the way. He was fouled by Marquez on the floor. Marquez with his second. So Sadinana, Marquez, and Linker all have 2 fouls. 1-and-1 situation. Saya to shoot the free throw. Here for Roosevelt. Free throw is up, and he back rimmed it. And the rebound is into the hands of Nick Norris. Norris with a 7th rebound. Over to Marquez. Now here's Edson, left of the lane, squeezes it up, and he scores off the glass, and he's fouled. Edson to the line. Edson now with 6 points in the quarter, 8 in the game, and the foul was on Peyton Adams. And the game is tied at 24. Sadinana back in for Marquez. Edson could give Fort Morgan the lead. By the way, the Fort Morgan basket, the first of the game, brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions. They bring you the first Fort Morgan bucket. Working with the community to make sure there are jobs for the members of the communities they're in. Free throws back rim, Cargill Meat Solutions. And the ball is loose in the rebound. Edson tried to save it in. It's still loose. Picked up by Dubray. He banks and he misses. And then somebody went over the back, and it was Fort Morgan going over the back there. And is that Sadinana again? Let's see. Yep, Sadinana just committed his 3rd. 1-and-1 situation. 19th foul. Free throw shooter was Peyton Adams. So Sadinana will be on the bench here for the remainder of the half. And Adams to shoot the 1-and-1. Peyton Adams for Roosevelt. The free throw is up, and he back rimmed it. And the rebound controlled by Nick Norris of Fort Morgan. That's his 8th. Here's Ortega across the timeline. Ortega to Nick Beltran into the game. The sophomore back to Ortega in the backcourt. Front court pass to Dubray. A couple of sophomores out there. Dubray with a basketball. Now out to Ortega. Ortega swings it down low, wide open. Beltran, he turns, he hooks and scores! With a left hand, Nick Beltran scores, and the Mustangs lead 26-24. Their first lead of the game. On the left baseline, the Adams 3 is good. And reclaiming the lead is Roosevelt, just like that, 27-26. Beltran in the backcourt to Ortega. Front court pass to Norris. Now here's Beltran. Beltran with a left-handed dribble. Poke from behind, but is picked up by Edson. Then he traveled as Beltran and Edson collided. And the Mustangs commit their 7th turnover. And to throw it in the backcourt for Roosevelt. Looks like Brock Saya is into the game for the first time. Saya across midcourt, minute 33 to go. Into the game back is Patrick. On the outside right now, down low to Puccino. Puccino tried to hook it straight away for Brock Saya. Saya with a minute 22 to go against Beltran. Bounce pass is intercepted. Taken away by Ortega. Nice defense by Jacob Ortega. Has been playing good defense all season. Gets a pick in the front court. Left corner. Edson 3 is an air ball, and the ball is loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Saya. Saya coming away with the basketball. We got a minute to go. 27-26 Roosevelt. Saya on the outside right to Dylan Poley. Right of the lane to Patrick against Dubray. 55 seconds to go. Patrick spinning, turning, hooking, and missing. And the ball is rebounded there by Ortega. Ortega on one hop looking for the outlet. Ortega bounce pass to Dubray. Dubray still looking. Front court pass to Nick Norris. Norris with the basketball. Back to Ortega. Ortega on the high right. Ortega behind the three-point line. In the right corner for Edson. Dribbles to his left. Back to Ortega. Left wing for Dubray. In the left corner for Beltran. Dribbles to his right. Jump pass to Ortega. Ortega's jump pass tipped away. And it's intercepted. And coming the other way is Dylan Poley as the Mustangs commit the turnover. And then we have a travel on Roosevelt. The teams exchange turnovers. Mustang basketball, 20.5 seconds to go. Beltran in the backcourt with 18. Beltran looking. Feeds Norris still in the backcourt. Norris front court pass to Ortega. Near that right corner for Edson. Back to Ortega. Straight away to Dubray. Now here's Beltran. Bounce pass to Dubray. We're down to 4 seconds to go. They got to get rid of it with 3. Ortega now to Edson. His 3 is up and off the back of the rim, and that's the way the quarter ends. Well, very competitive quarter. Roosevelt does have a 27-26 lead as Fort Morgan outscored them in that second quarter, 18-14. Very entertaining. 8 minutes of basketball there in the second quarter after a very competitive first quarter. Time for a 3-minute break with the score. Roosevelt 27, Fort Morgan 26 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. John Beltran back at Fort Morgan High School. The Mustangs trail Roosevelt 27-26 as we head to the third. We'll set the lineups here with Isaac Linker, Jacob Ortega, David Sadinana, who had 3 fouls in the opening half. Caden Edson and Nick Norris. Roosevelt with Dominic Puccino, Dylan Poley, Braden Saya, Brandon Arndt, and Tage Long. That's what the starting 5 looked like at the beginning of the game, and I think that's what they're going with here to begin the second half. And it is. It will be Roosevelt basketball leading by 1. And to throw it in the backcourt there is Braden Saya over to Arndt. Arndt across the timeline, picked up by Edson. Now Ortega takes him off the pick. Straight away to Poley, down low to Puccino, dribbles into the paint. Puccino spins, hooks, scores off the glass. Dominic Puccino now with 10. The lead is 29-26. Edson the other way for Fort Morgan. Back out to Ortega, straight away to Sadinana. Sadinana holding the ball, swings it left side for Ortega, left corner for Edson. Back out to Ortega. Ortega in the left corner for Edson, dribbles to his right, entry pass to Nick Norris in the left baseline. Norris back out to Edson, swings it left side to Ortega. Ortega back out to Sadinana, high right to Linker. Linker overhead pass here is to Edson, all the way scoops it up and he missed it, too strong. And the rebound is into the hands of Dominic Puccino, that's his 5th. Puccino on the outlet to Saya, now still in the backcourt to Arndt, across the timeline to Saya. Saya pulls up from 15, and it's off to the right, and Nick Norris grabs the rebound for Fort Morgan. Norris with his 9th board in the outlet to Sadinana, 6:51 to go, third quarter. Roosevelt 29, Fort Morgan 26. On the outside left to Linker. Linker back out to Ortega, straight away to Sadinana. On the high right, here's Caden Edson. Lobs it cross court to Ortega. Ortega, left baseline for Linker. Linker to his right. Back out to Edson. Check that. That's Ortega. Now here's Sadinana. Over to Ortega. Left wing 3, and he's way off to the right. Not even close. And it's chased down by Saya. Braden Saya with his 3rd rebound. The 3 is missed by Poley in the left corner in the front court. Isaac Linker with a Fort Morgan rebound. On the outlet to David Sadinana. Sadinana. Front court pass to Ortega. Ortega with the basketball against Poley, picks up the dribble, feeds it right side to Sadinana, back to Ortega, left corner for Edson, down low to Norris, and he banks it in. Nice feed from Edson to Norris. Nick Norris off the glass to the left of the basket, now has 8. 29-28 Roosevelt. Here is Saya the other way, right corner, Poley 3, in and out. Nick Norris grabs his 10th rebound for Fort Morgan. Mustangs can reclaim the lead. They were up 26-24 late in the second. Ortega with the basketball. Ortega back out to Sarinana. Left side to Ortega. Jacob Ortega dribbles to his right. Picks up the dribble, bounce pass to Sarinana just across midcourt. 5:27 to go, third quarter. Roosevelt 29, Fort Morgan 28. On the outside right, Edson straight away. Sarinana left wing to Ortega. Down low, Linker. He leans, he banks, he misses. Rebound, Norris, and fouled as Norris as he went up and missed. Foul was committed by Tage Long, his second. Nick Norris has 11 rebounds in the game. And he will shoot a deuce. One free throw ties the game. Two free throws gives the Mustangs the lead. And this free throw is well short. Man, that was ugly. I mean, it was all arm. I don't think Nick even bent his knees. Of course, he's got a brace on that left, or just a bandage, I should say. But he really didn't bend at all there. And now he's bending a lot more. And as a result, that's still short, though. He didn't get any arc on it. The rebound to Saya. Mustangs still down by 1. 5:10 to go in the third. Saya right of the lane, in the lane, all the way. Too strong as he missed. Nick Norris grabs his 12th rebound. On the outlet to Sarinana behind his back. Jump pass to Norris. Norris in the front court spins. Right corner, Edson. Wide open three. And it's off the bottom of the rim. And the rebound is into the hands of Braden Arndt. Arndt with a 2-on-3 all the way. He's fouled from behind by Norris. Oh no, offensive! Wow! That's a huge call. Arndt can't believe it. I can't either. I mean, there was contact, but I didn't think it was an offensive foul. But the Mustangs will take it. Wow. Fort Morgan basketball. 4:48 to go in the third quarter. Norris into the front court. Norris to Ortega. Now to Sarinana. Outside left to Ortega. Left baseline Linker. Lob down low for Norris. Poked away. He chases it down now to Ortega. Over to Sarinana. Dribbles by a defender. On the right wing, Caden Edson with the basketball. Edson to Sarinana. Left wing for Ortega. Ortega looking. Bounce pass to Linker on the high left. Linker back out to Ortega. 4:22 to go. Third quarter. Roosevelt 29. Fort Morgan 28. Right of the lane. Sarinana. Bounce pass to Linker. Check that to Norris. Had it blocked. He gets it back and scores. Nick Norris perseveres again. He's got 10 points and 13 rebounds. The Mustangs lead by a point. 4:06 to go, third quarter. Here is Arndt into the lane. His runner's up, partially blocked. And Edson has the basketball for the Mustangs. Edson had a traffic fouled across midcourt by Tage Long. That'll be his third foul. So Fort Morgan, once down 9-0 in this game, has taken the lead. But now they need to separate themselves from Roosevelt as they look for their first Tri-Valley win of the year. Peyton Adams in for Tage Long. Check that, no. Yep, that's the case. Two players were coming out, but one had to stay on the floor. Sarinana outside left for Ortega. Back to Sarinana. On the outside left to Ortega. Ortega right-handed dribble, now to Sarinana. Right side to Edson. Caden Edson left-handed dribble, now to Sarinana. Sarinana with the basketball. David Sarinana, high right to Edson. They'll just work it around. Little triangle. Ortega left baseline. Looking, swings it up top to Sarinana. It's a 2-3. Inside, that's a forced pass intended for Cardona. And it's intercepted by Saya. Turnover number 9 for Fort Morgan. Saya outside left for Arndt. In the left corner, dribbling to his right is Peyton Adams. Now down low for Puccino. Left corner, three is up, and that's missed over there by Arndt. And the ball is tipped to Saya. He puts it up, and he misses. And Isaac Linker comes away with a rebound for Fort Morgan. Linker on the outlet to Sarinana. Near that right corner, poked out of bounds by Puccino, intended for Edson. Down to 3:04 to go, third quarter. Crystal clear ice, AC Ice, good for any drink at any time of the year. Pick up AC Ice at any local grocery or convenience store in Northeast Colorado today. Edson throws it into Sarinana. At the top now for Linker, left-handed dribble, lobs it left corner for Edson, penetrates, double-teamed, and then he lost the ball out of bounds. Only the 10 turnover for Fort Morgan. Roosevelt with 9. 2:58 to go in the game. Check that in the third, excuse me. Roosevelt 30, Fort Morgan 30, Roosevelt 29. Here's Saya, bounce pass to Arndt. Arndt right of the lane. On the outside right to Poli. Now swings it down low for Saya in the right corner for Arndt. Dribbles against Edson. Offensive foul. Edson took the contact beautifully. Braden Arndt with his second offensive foul of the quarter. That's great defense there by Edson. And here's Sarinana for the Mustangs. In the backcourt to Ortega, now to Sarinana. Sarinana to Ortega, front court pass to Linker. Linker back out to Ortega. 2.5 to go in the third. Straight away to Sarinana. On the outside left to Ortega. Ortega with the dribble, swings it right side to Edson, back to Sarinana. On the high left, here's Jacob Ortega off the chest pass from Sarinana. Straight away once again to Sarinana. Sarinana at the top, jump pass to Edson. Bounce pass right base on to Cardona. Inside to Linker, dribbles, leans, shoots, partially blocked. Puccino has it, he forced that shot up there. Puccino with a 6-board, stolen by Linker, and he puts it up and he's fouled. Well, that's great defense and great perseverance by Linker. That was not a frustration thing at all. He just got in there, fouled by Saya. That's his second. Linker to the stripe. Roosevelt with their 11th turnover. Down to 2:01 to go in the third. Roosevelt trailing by 1, and the Mustangs trying to make a surge here. Very low-scoring third quarter for both teams. And the Linker free throw is perfect. Mustangs have scored just 5 points in a quarter, but Roosevelt only has 2. Fort Morgan is on a 5-0 run. Second free throw, Isaac Linker. He back-rimmed it. And the rebound is into the hands of Peyton Adams of Roosevelt. Adams across the timeline, feeds it outside right to Saya, straight away to Puccino, guarded by Cardona. Outside left for Adams, thinks about the three, backs up, and then Linker fouled him on the three-pointer. That will be 3 free throws. Are they going to say that was a jump pass? Okay. It was a jump pass and not a three-point attempt. Third foul by Linker. 3/4 court. Saya to throw it in. Bounce pass into Puccino. Hands it off to Saya. Saya on the outside right to Arndt against Edson. Jump pass near that left corner to Adams. Adams against Linker. Dribbles into the lane. Puts it up and a little bit short. Rebound to Adams. Tries to save it in and does to Saya. Here is Puccino. They will reset. Well, that's a great play there by Adams. Adams with the basketball on the outside left to Puccino. Puccino is then bodied up by Cardona. That foul on Cardona is his second. 5 team fouls for Roosevelt. Nick Norris is back in. That's the Mustangs' second team foul. Linker is out. Minute 24 to go in the third. Fernando Marquez at a 7-point second quarter has not returned the lob into Puccino, and he puts it up and he banks and he misses. Easy play. Thought he got fouled. Norris grabs his 14th rebound. Mustangs still lead by 2 with a minute 15 to go in a very ugly and low-scoring third quarter. Ortega with the basketball. Swings it left side to Edson. Now here's Fernando Marquez into the game fouled. And he's fouled by Peyton Adams. That'll be his second. Yeah, Marquez provided a huge spark off the bench in that second quarter when the Mustangs put up 18 points. 69 seconds to go in the third. Here's the bounce pass into Norris. Near the top now to Edson. Right side to Ortega. In the right corner, Marquez dribbles to his right. He leans, he banks, he misses. And then Norris picks it up and he missed. And the rebound to Puccino. Norris did grab his 15th rebound but couldn't convert. On the outside left, Adams thinks about the three. Straight away to Arndt. He'll dribble towards midcourt with 47 seconds to go. Saya left to the free throw line. Now to Adams. Left corner three. It's off the front of the rim. And the ball is chased down by Fernando Marquez's third board. Mustangs still up 31-29. This is a 5-2 third quarter. Wow. This is more like a third grade game in terms of the scoring, not in terms of the level of play. But usually you see more than 7 points combined by a boys high school basketball team. And Fort Morgan calls a timeout. 23.8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Fort Morgan leads 31-29. Nick Norris has 4 points in the quarter. Isaac Linker with a free throw. Dominic Puccino with a field goal for Roosevelt. That's it. This will be the first team to 50. Unless we have a similar type of fourth quarter, which I seriously doubt. So Fort Morgan basketball, they have matched their biggest lead. They were up 26-24. Now up 31-29. Only one substitution made by Fort Morgan in the quarter. But can they extend the lead? The second half of their schedule, of the Tri-Valley schedule, starts again on Saturday against Erie. 5:30 for the girls, 7 o'clock for the boys. All that right here on B106 and B106.com. Edson, Cardona, that's two substitutions. Cardona didn't start the second half. Norris, Ortega, and now Marquez with the basketball. Marquez with 20 seconds to go will just maintain the dribble. Marquez just across midcourt, looks over at the bench with 13 seconds remaining. Marquez now with 10. On the outside right to Edson with 7. Edson penetrates right baseline, pull-up shot is no good. It's in and out. Rebound to Norris. His shot is partially blocked. Puccino has the rebound, and that's the end of the quarter. Fort Morgan outscored Roosevelt 5-2. It's Fort Morgan 31, Roosevelt 29 after 3. A 1-minute break, back at 1 minute on B106 and B106.com. Mustangs lead by a score of 31-29. Let's head to the fourth quarter. Mustang basketball. And the ball is loose at the free throw line. There's a tie-up. Sarinana right there lost control and Poli tied up. And possession arrow is pointing in the direction of Roosevelt. So here comes Saya the other way to Puccino. Puccino outside right to Poli. Straight away to Arndt. Now here is Peyton Adams. Straight away to Puccino. Puccino against Norris. They're going to weave it around. On the outside right to Poli. He's a dangerous three-point threat. He's got 3 in the game, all in the opening half. Peyton Adams jump pass to Puccino. Puccino tips it to himself. Nearly a travel there. Over to Saya. Saya behind the three-point line. Over to Poli, and now to Saya inside. He puts up a shot and misses off the feed. And we got a foul. I think Norris pushed. Yep, Norris with a foul as Saya went to the floor. Norris commits his first. Nick Norris has 16 rebounds tonight. But they need some offense. Poli to throw it in. Lob down low, Puccino, and he banks, and he misses an easy one. And the rebound to Caden Edson in the corner. Boy, Roosevelt's had opportunities, and the Mustangs are staving off those opportunities. Can they take a 2-possession lead? Marquez outside left, 7 minutes to go in the game. To Sarinana near the timeline. Outside right to Edson, out of Sarinana, left wing Marquez fakes the 3 dribbles, and he a hold. That'll be a 1-and-1, 17th foul. That's a great move there by Marquez. As the foul was committed by Brandon Arndt, his third. Now you got to make free throws. But it's a 1-and-1. Fort Morgan went 1 for 4 in the third, and the Marquez free throw's good. Mustangs lead by 3, and a 3-point lead in this game is huge considering how low the score is. Second free throw upcoming for Marquez. Yes. Fort Morgan 33, Roosevelt 29, 6:46 to go in the game. Arndt into the front court for Roosevelt, at the top for Puccino. Puccino lobs it down low for Poli, left corner, Peyton Adams 3 is off the back of the rim, and Nick Norris trying to chase it down. In fact, it's off of Roosevelt because Norris kind of let it go out of bounds as a Roosevelt player went diving in there, and that was Braden Saya. And now the Mustangs with a 3 can take a 3-possession lead. And I know there's 6.5 to go, but again, it's a low-scoring game. Sarinana now to Norris across midcourt, right side to Edson, back out to Marquez. Excellent ball control. Here's Sarinana, left baseline Linker. Bounce pass down low, poked away, but Linker retrieves it. No look pass to Norris, and he banks it in! Linker with a beautiful feed. Norris with 12. The Mustangs lead by half a dozen. 35-29, 6:12 to go in the game, and the ball is tipped away by Marquez off the turnover. Marquez 2-on-2, all the way, leans, banks, bottom of the rim. Sarinana over to Edson. Edson is fouled as he misses. And the Mustangs now turning on the afterburners here. And that foul committed by Brandon Arndt is 4th. And to the line is Caden Edson. Nice feed there. Now let's see if Edson can extend the advantage. Free throw by Edson. Barely got to the rim. Arndt is out and Tage Long is in. It would be a 3-possession lead if Edson can make the second. He bends, he shoots, and he missed that one. Puccino has the rebound. His 9th. Roosevelt Only trails by 6. Here is Long. Long at the top, at the free throw line. Long looking, swings it back out to Adams. Adams against Laker. Swings it left side for Puccino. On the outside left, here is Saya at the free throw line. Right side to Poli. Back out to Tage Long. Long into the lane all the way, scoops it up and misses, and he's fouled. And that foul was committed by Caden Edson. His first. So Tage Long to shoot the deuce. They only scored 2 points in the third quarter. Nothing so far here in this quarter. When it comes to your future, Northeastern is a college that's close to home. Northeastern in Sterling. Free throw is good. 35-30. That stops the Mustang run. Second free throw is in. As Fort Morgan was on a 9-0 run dating back to the third quarter. 35-31 Roosevelt. Cardona's back in for Norris. Linker lobs it in the backcourt to Marquez. Marquez bounce pass to Sadinana. Front court to Linker. Now here's Cardona. Bounce pass to Edson. Edson dribbles to his left. Edson looking, spinning. Right baseline to Cardona. Turns, shoots, and scores. Adam Cardona on the right baseline with a 5-foot jumper. The Mustangs back up by 6. 37-31 with 5:15 to go in the game. Sy in the right corner at the top for Long. Fakes the 3, steps into the lane all the way, leans, banks, and a foul. Cardona got him with the body. That's drawing contact. Cardona with his third. Tage Long back to the line to shoot 2. He just made 2 moments ago with 5:10 to go in the game, and the free throw was in. Second free throw upcoming for Long, and that one's up, and that's good. 37-33. I thought I saw Nick Wall was a valuable contributor scoring-wise for this team, but he's not played in this game. I don't think he's even dressed, unless I misread that. Sadinana under 5 minutes to go. Fort Morgan up by 4. Dribbles right into the lane. Bounce pass to Cardona, and then he hooks, and he scores, and a foul! It's set on the rim, and it went in, and Fort Morgan leads by 6 again. Dominic Puccino with a foul. Cardona to the line. Cardona might not be taken out anytime soon in favor of Norris if he continues to play like that, even though Nick Norris has 12 points and 16 rebounds. Cardona can give Fort Morgan a 7-point lead, and does. Boy, they needed that. Their free throw shooting has been very iffy in this game. 40-33 Mustangs. 4:48 to go in the game, looking for their first league win. Puccino into the lane, leaning, offensive foul. Yes, he slammed right in to Adam Cardona. Puccino doesn't like it. Watch out, he might get a technical. Puccino commits his third. Puccino clearly frustrated. Turnover number 13 for Roosevelt. Here's Marquez with a left-handed dribble over to Sadinana. Sadinana jump pass tipped away. Marquez has it front court to Cardona. On the left wing to Linker. Dribbles left baseline. Linker is going to have to back it out. Does it a bounce to Sadinana. Right side to Marquez. Marquez is fouled by Braden Saya, and that'll be double bonus. 11-team foul. Saya commits his third. Marquez to the line. Our player of the game in the girls' game was Allie Christensen, brought to you by Transwest. She had 18 points, including a bevy of 3-pointers, getting Fort Morgan back into the game. This free throw by Marquez is perfect. He's got 10. The Mustangs lead by 8. 4.5 minutes away from breaking the 7-game losing streak, all in Tri-Valley League play. Second free throw, yes. And the Mustangs lead by 9, 42-33. 4:27 to go in the game. Into the front court is Saya. Saya all the way, leans, puts it up and in on the right baseline. Braden Saya scores. First field goal of the quarter for Roosevelt. 42-35, 4:15 to go. Linker's fouled by Saya. That's a hard foul near midcourt. Linker will go to the line. Saya with his fourth. Boy, you don't want to foul this early. You still have 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Free throw by Linker. Yes. Now the Mustangs are hitting their free throws. Second free throw upcoming. Linker delivers again. Mustangs lead by 9, 44-35, 4:12 to go. Here's Saya, pulls up for a right wing three. It's off the back of the rim. Cardona wrestles for the rebound, but he went over the back and committed the foul on Tage Long. That'll be the 16th foul. No free throws. Cardona with his 4th. Nick Norris will check back in here for Adam Cardona with 4:08 to go in the game. And the Mustangs up by 9. Poli looking to throw it in. Right corner for Puccino, guarded by Norris. Maintains the left-handed dribble, now picks up the dribble, looking for a teammate. Swings it back out to Long. Long dribbles right baseline. Long is fouled by Edson, 17th foul. Edson with his 2nd. And Tage Long with a 1-1, and he's just made 4 free throws in as many attempts earlier in this quarter. So Long has got to make the first to earn the second with 3:59 to go, and he does. Boy, the free throw is a piece of cake for Long. He's got 9 points in the game. Puccino leads the Rough Riders with 10. Arndt is checking back in for Puccino. Puccino started off hot, but clearly frustrated now. Second free throw is up, and that one is in. The Mustang lead is down to 7, 44-37, 3:56 to go in the game. Linker in the backcourt to Sarinana. Sarinana, crossover dribble, feeds Linker. Linker across the timeline now to Sarinana. Sarinana dribbles to his right, behind his back, into the lane. Sarinana leans, shoots, misses. Norris with a rebound, banks it in! Nick Norris did it again! Nick Norris with 14 points and 17 rebounds. The other way, here's Saya, straight away Long, thinks about the three, takes the three, misses the three, and the long rebound is controlled by the freshman Fernando Marquez. On the outlet to Sarinana, here's Marquez, 46-37 Fort Morgan. Left side to Linker, 3:20 to go. Linker tries to dribble out of traffic, nearly traveled left side to Marquez. Marquez near the timeline to Sarinana. And Fort Morgan in total control right now. Sarinana dribbles by a defender, left corner for Linker. Back out to Marquez, and he traveled. Oh no, timeout. Boy, the whistle was blown simultaneously with Marquez. Full timeout. Let's take it with him. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the game. It's Fort Morgan 46, Roosevelt 37 on B106 and B106.com. It'll be Mustang basketball. I'm John Beltran with a 46-37 lead. Linker to throw it in left corner. Marquez wide open three. He made it! Fernando Marquez, the freshman, has got 7 in the quarter, 14 in the game. The Mustangs are up by 12, 49-37, 2:52 to go. Here is Arndt the other way, into the lane, and a foul. 18th foul on Fort Morgan, 1-1. Foul was committed by Isaac Linker, his 4th. To the line is Brandon Arndt. But the Mustangs lead by double digits, their biggest lead of the night. Free throw is no good, but the ball is tipped around into the hands of Tage Long. Back out to Adams. Adams to Arndt. Puccino's back in the game. Jump pass to Puccino behind the three-point line. Thinks about the three. In the right corner to Arndt. Timeout Roosevelt with 2:37 to go. But this one looks like it's over with Fort Morgan up by 12. They would have to make a myriad of mistakes. And they needed this game badly. Huge confidence booster for Fort Morgan. And it's been the efforts of the underclassmen tonight. Marquez and Norris have had huge games. Although the senior Isaac Linker with 6 points, a couple of rebounds, a couple of steals as well. Always need that senior leadership, but Fort Morgan now just has to defend at this point. You know what this team from Johnstown is going to do. They'll have to put up some three-pointers here, unless they come up with a bevy of steals. Sadinana, Linker, Marquez, Edson, and Norris for Fort Morgan. Puccino, Arndt, Adams, Saya, and Tage Long for Roosevelt. Rough Riders with the basketball. Arndt on the right side, dribbles into the paint, hooks it up, and he threw up an air ball. And Nick Norris has the basketball. It kind of slipped out of his hand on the shot. Sadinana away with the ball, and then he throws it off the left leg of Arndt out of bounds near midcourt. Fort Morgan retains possession. Laker to throw it in. Mustangs up 49-37. Linker in the backcourt to Sadinana. Sadinana across midcourt. He got a pick from Norris. Offensive foul, illegal screen on Nick Norris. Norris with a second foul. Again, they'd have to make a bunch of mistakes like that to allow Roosevelt a chance to even score. So to throw it into the backcourt is going to be Saya. And here is Brandon Arndt with 2:12 to go in the game. Arndt gets a pick from Puccino. Spins on the outside right to Adams. Long three is off the back of the rim. Linker grabs the Fort Morgan rebound and the outlet to Sadinana. And now we have 2 minutes to go in the game. Sadinana into the front court, right side to Edson. Edson to Sadinana. Fort Morgan doesn't need to shoot. Sadinana outside left to Linker, now to Marquez. We've got 1:49 remaining in the game. Edson is bodied up, no whistle. Now to Marquez with 1:45. Marquez, the freshman. Marquez looking. Marquez dribbles into the lane. Marquez between the legs, hooks it up, and in! Holy Mahungus, what a move! With a left hand, Fernando Marquez with 16 points in the game. Fort Morgan leads by 14, whistle and a foul. Saya drove the lane. Foul was on Sadinana. That's his fourth. And to the line is Braden Saya. Yeah, Marquez is something special out there. This Fort Morgan team, they'll have a losing record this year, but the free throw is missed. But things are looking up for the Mustangs after this particular game. Roosevelt did not shoot the ball well, but the Mustangs also defended pretty well. Second free throw is back rimmed, but Arndt grabs the rebound. Into the lane, back out Puccino, right wing three. That's off the back of the rim, and Arndt flags down the rebound, and he's fouled. And now we got a double technical there on Linker and Arndt. I believe Linker's fouled out. If that foul was against him, he is fouled out. Yeah. Well, yeah, he would. So Linker's been disqualified anyway. But it should be double bonus there with Roosevelt shooting free throws. Yep, the foul was on Linker, fifth personal, and then he gets the tech, but so does Arndt of Roosevelt. So it'll be two free throws, and then everybody should be in the lane. And I'm assuming that Cardona would replace Linker. I mean, Cardona's had a huge second half with Roosevelt trailing 51-37. And Fernando Marquez put on a show here for Fort Morgan in the second half. Yep, Cardona getting ready to check in. And here he comes into the game. I don't know what the discussion's all about. Rock Saya will check in for Roosevelt. I mean, it's pretty clear cut what happened there. Foul on Fort Morgan, double technical. I don't think you have two free throws by each team. They just offset each other. Oh, but Brock Saya is replacing Arndt because Arndt fouled out. That technical gave him his fifth foul. So the man who replaces him, that's what the discussion was about. Double bonus here for Brock Saya. His free throws up and around and good. Saya scores for the first time, but the Mustangs have a 13-point lead with 1:20 to go in the game. Second free throw, and that's in. 51-39. In the backcourt to Sadinana. Jump pass taken by Norris. Norris left-handed dribble now to Marquez. Marquez across the timeline. Marquez fouled by Puccino. Puccino with his fourth, 1:13 to go. They're going to keep putting Marquez on the line. He just nails free throws. Marquez is 4 out of 4 in this quarter. The freshman bends, shoots, and it's good. It hit virtually every part of the rim. 52-39. Second free throw, Fernando, yes. Mustangs up by 14. Clock! Start the clock! Jeez, there we go. Sorry that I'm yelling. You got to start the clock. You're the home team, not starting the clock. Minute 10 to go. I shouldn't be doing that, but there's fans even yelling, start the clock. I mean, that's the number one thing you got to do, especially in this late of a game. Now it's down to a minute 4 to go. They've taken even probably more time than they should have. But they were not starting the clock and had to stop the game. And Saya to throw it in. Saya on the offensive end, still looking. In the right corner for Puccino. Puccino backing it out to Braden Saya. Now to Peyton Adams. Brock Saya, long three, left corner, good. Well, they're trying to stay in the game here. Saya with 5 points. Marquez trapped in the backcourt and fouled. 51.2 seconds to go. Roosevelt draws to within 11. Foul was committed by Tage Long, his fourth. Brandon Hart was disqualified with 5 fouls. Fernando Marquez has not missed a free throw tonight. He's 6 for 6, now 7 for 7. Marquez in this quarter alone has 12 points. And he's only a freshman, but plays much older. Second free throw is up, and that is good. Mustangs reclaim a 13-point lead. Saya the other way, puts up a 3, that's no good. Nick Norris grabs the rebound and he's mobbed. And a foul on Braden Saya. Nick Norris now unofficially has 19 rebounds in the game. And Braden Saya has fouled out with 2 points. And I think if you're Roosevelt, you just play out this game. Enough for the fouling already. Straight up at 9 o'clock, this is Morgan County's B106, KPRB, Brush Fort Morgan. As the Fort Morgan Mustang girls lost a close one tonight, 55-52, but the Mustang boys are about to beat Roosevelt up by 13, and this free throw is up, and that is in. It hits the lip of the rim and goes in. Nick has not shot well from the line tonight. That was his first make, and he's missed 3. Second free throw upcoming for Norris is up and air ball. He's looking at his hands like they did something to him. He doesn't have enough arc. 56-42, 44.9 seconds to go. Brock Saya at the free throw line, left side for a 3, and that one is missed over there by Adams. Nick Norris grabs his 20th rebound. Now let's see what happens if a foul is committed. Sadinana's fouled. And if you're Roosevelt, you got to call off the dogs here, so to speak. That's a figure of speech. Saying that, you don't want to just commit fouls. You've already lost the game. You're not coming back from a 14-point deficit with 32 seconds to go, and Fort Morgan's got free throws coming. That's another player. Puccino fouls out. They've disqualified 3 players on fouls. Sadinana's free throw is up, and that's off to the right. Free throw number 2 upcoming. We'll have a quick post-game show. This one is up, and that one is missed as well. The long rebound to Tage Long. Dribble across midcourt. 26 seconds to go. Right corner, Dylan Poley, 3 is no good. Nick Norris grabs his 21st rebound of the game unofficially, and now Roosevelt will back off. And Fernando Marquez with 14 seconds to go. He's going to have to pass this ball unless Roosevelt doesn't pressure. He's got to get rid of it. And he does to Edson. Edson with 5 looking up at the clock. And the Fort Morgan Mustangs have their first Tri-Valley League win of the season. Fort Morgan 56. Roosevelt 42. It's a 2-minute break. And we'll wrap it up after this on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Fort Morgan Mustangs get the job done tonight. as they defeat the Roosevelt Rough Riders in Fort Morgan 56-42. Mustang Post Game Show brought to you by Morgan Community College. There to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu as the Mustangs fell behind early 9-0. They were down 13-8 after one. 27-26 at the break, but a very ugly third quarter. Fort Morgan outscored Roosevelt 5-2, but then a 25-13 fourth quarter as they win the game by a score of 56-42. Roosevelt in this game had 10 points from Dominic Puccino, 9 from Tage Long, 9 from Dylan Poley. He had three-pointers in the opening half. And then 6 from Peyton Adams, 5 points in the game for Brock Saya. And Braden Saya had 2 points for the Mustangs. Very productive night from a few players. They got 20 points from Fernando Marquez, 15 from Nick Norris, 8 points from Caden Edson, 6 from Isaac Linker. Adam Cardona with 5, and Nick Beltran made his only shot, so he had 2 points in the game. Rebounding, the Mustangs out-rebounded Roosevelt 39-25. 21 rebounds in the game for Nick Norris unofficially. 9 for Dominic Puccino to lead Roosevelt. 13 turnovers for Roosevelt, 12 for Fort Morgan at the free throw line. The Mustangs still have to improve in that area. They were 13 out of 23, and Roosevelt was 9 out of 13. But the Mustangs with a victory, now 1-7 in league play, 4-11 overall, snapping a 7-game losing streak. Roosevelt at 2-6 in league play, and they are 5-10 on the season. Mustangs return to action coming up on Saturday when they take on the Erie Tigers. Girls game at 5:30, boys game at 7 o'clock. All right here on B106 and B106.com. Mustang Player of the Game brought to you by Transwest. They believe that customers are number one. Check out their selection or just stop in by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. That is Transwest. And our player of the game, the freshman, Fernando Marquez. What a spark plug. He had 20 points, 13 of those in the fourth quarter when the Mustangs scored 25 points, and they put this game away to win 56-42. You can always follow us on Twitter at B106 and our B106 Facebook page, and all the audio of the games in our KSIR B106 channel as well on YouTube. Outstanding job for this doubleheader by our sound engineer and producer, Emily Hernandez. John Beltran from Fort Morgan High School. The Fort Morgan girls lose tonight 55-52, but the Fort Morgan boys win over Roosevelt 56-42. All right here on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com.